My name is Gladys Godino, and I'm one of the transition therapists with Acknowledge Alliance. And the program I work in provides help to students transitioning to school settings after being expelled in detention centers, rehab centers, or who are just struggling to be successful at their schools. Often the students we see are frustrated, feel lost, and don't enjoy school. And to no surprise, often there's a lot going on outside of the school setting. So tonight, I am pleased to introduce and present an award to an incredible young man. And before I do want to say that I'll be speaking a little bit about his story. He didn't want to be too nervous and not share important parts, so I'll be sharing with you to give you a fuller picture of what he's been through. So I met Timoteo, or Timo, as we know him, in the fall of 2014 at Carlmont High School. Timo was at the top of the list and marked as a high priority by one of the vice principals. At the time, he was a sophomore, and he would often become angry in class and cause disruptions, and that was leading to a lot of referrals and suspensions at the time. So with that information, I waited in the nurse's office to meet Timo. Minutes later, a young man arrived wearing a black beanie, a jacket, and jeans. He appeared confused, but he was willing to meet with me. In the 40 minutes that followed, I learned many things about him, that he was not on probation, and he had never had any contact with law enforcement. The only problem he had was that he would get angry in class. He also shared that he lived with his two siblings, a sister that was 21, another that was 18, and a little brother that was 5. Timo was 15 at the time. All 4 of them lived alone in East Palo Alto and had done so for the last couple of years. Their mother had been deported when Timo was in middle school, and by that time, their father had already been deported following his release from jail. I learned about the many struggles they faced, from being behind in bills, the uncertainty of the day-to-day, and trying to be parents while being kids and young adults themselves. That was the beginning of our therapeutic relationship. During our 1 hour a week, we've unpacked some of his experiences. We troubleshoot day-to-day, how to get through, and then we start to plan ahead. In our sessions, sometimes we become emotional. Other times, we brainstorm how to manage situations. We work on how to make adult decisions. And often, we allow ourselves to sit in the pool of overwhelming feelings to then gather up the courage to face the world again. Here we are today, 2+ years later, many counseling sessions later. Many things have happened. Timo's little brother has been reunited with his dad. Family, health, and safety concerns still exist. He's also experienced other losses. He lost a close friend in a tragic accident 2 years ago, and many of his school peers have stopped attending school. Despite these misfortunes, there are many things to celebrate. Timo is focused and managing well. He works over 25 hours a week to provide for himself. He turned 18 and got his driver's license last December. He attends school and counseling regularly. He's fostered positive relationships with office staff, teachers, and work colleagues. And I want to point out that many of them are in attendance today. So if Carlmont staff could give us a wave, so we know how many are here. Last year, Timo passed all of his classes and for the first time didn't have to go to summer school. Yes, that's a big deal. And our recent focus has been preparing for graduation and life after high school, which will include an internship at Stanford this summer and Foothill in the fall, and prom tomorrow. So as you can see, the odds have been stacked against him. I am personally amazed at how Timo and his sisters have managed the many changes and challenges. Timo is by far one of the most resilient and caring individuals I know. He never hesitates to share what he has with his friends. He's humble, honest, and with one of the strongest moral compasses I've encountered. When our team discussed this award nomination, there was no other student we thought would be more deserving of this recognition. And for all these reasons and many more, I am honored to present the Outstanding Student Award to Timo Anaya-Gracian.
All right, thanks to everybody that came tonight. It's my first time speaking in front of people, so just bear with me, all right? First off, I want to give a shout out to Carlmont today for coming out, for putting up with me for 4 long years. My first 2 years were very rough for me. It was rough because I had to adjust to adult life at a young age. Whether I wanted to go to school or not, it was really up to me. It was hard. It was hard getting used to working, like being a full-time student and going to school and going home and trying to figure out how I could be an adult with my 2 sisters, trying to figure out how we're going, make it out and all that stuff. All right, for sure. Thank you. All right. Well, without being our parents being at home and all, it was very hard, because as a young man, you do need that guidance from your father and that love from your mom. So not having that was really hard. But now I'm a senior, and the pain really just became numb, and now I'm just doing better for my family who can't be here and my friends who can't be here, and I've gotten really close with staff at school. It's not like it doesn't seem school to me no more. It's like a place where I can be a kid again. It's really good, and I just want to give a shout out to a couple teachers. I want to give a shout out to Ms. Galvani. If you can raise your hand. Yeah. Ms. Galvani, she was the reason why everything started. She caught me and she caught me and reported me for having some substance on me, but I can't talk about that. Some substance on me, but I didn't really know her at that, so I hated her for that. I hated her for that for the first couple weeks and all, but then, it's all to a turning point now. She's one of my biggest supporters now. So I really take that in, and also Miss Callan, who's right. You raise your hand, please. Yeah. So, hold on, got lost. Hold up. All right, so Miss Callan, who's one of the sweetest teachers I've ever met. She really showed me if I could put anything I put my mind to, I could really get it done. She really cared about me. She even I remember when I was trying to get my license and I couldn't get my license because I was 18. She even helped me. She paid for my driver's ed and everything like that. But it was still hard for me. I know I didn't get it done because I was always busy working and trying to get my school stuff done first. So but now I got my license and all, and thanks to her and all that stuff. But and also I want to give another shout out to Miss Stewart, who's right there, Miss Stewart. Yeah, I know. Like my other teacher said, that I gave her for sure a couple white hairs on her head. I started off her class really rough too. I was getting in trouble for my language, not keeping it in check. But she showed me how to keep my language check at school and all. And I know she was worried about my grade more than I was. So, but yeah, she really pushed me a lot. And to keep it on a short note, I want to give a huge thanks to everyone that acknowledge Alliance for having a great team and letting me work with Gladys. At first, I didn't know what we were meeting for. I was like, oh, what I do now, But I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think she would be able to help out a kid like me. A kid out like me, I would walk around campus with a bag full of emotions that no one ever seen. I'll say she was the first person to ever see me cry, after my mom had left. And when she told me she hadn't seen a story like mine, and in tears, it really made me think, that what I was going through wasn't gonna be permanent. It was just for the better. And she really gave me an outlook of my life, that I was too stubborn to see. I was being too hard on myself. But Acknowledge Alliance has really helped me stay focused and what I want to do after high school. Like Gladys said, in June I will be attending an internship in Stanford. I really thank everybody for coming again. That's really it. I don't want to get into everything because I get emotional. All right, thank you everybody.